Christmas used to mean something in my family. It meant the smell of cinnamon and roasted turkey filling the house. It meant waking up early to wrap last-minute gifts, pretending I hadn't forgotten anything. It meant laughter, arguments, forgiveness, and sitting around a table, pretending we were closer than we really were, but still trying. At least that's how it used to be. This Christmas, my son told me he wasn't expecting me. And that one sentence changed everything. I'm Harold, I'm 67 years old, widowed, retired, and until recently, I thought I was still an important part of my son's life. My wife Ellen passed away 8 years ago. Cancer, fast and cruel. She was the glue in our family, the one who remembered birthdays, smoothed over arguments, and reminded our son Michael to call me when he got busy with life. After she died, things slowly shifted. Michael got married. He moved into a house in the suburbs, a house I helped buy, not with advice, with money. I didn't brag about it, I didn't even bring it up much. I just quietly paid the mortgage every month, the same way I had since the day they moved in. Consider it an early inheritance, I joked once. Michael laughed back then, he hugged me, told me I was the best dad in the world. Back then, a week before Christmas, I called him. I was sitting in my small apartment, staring at the little artificial tree I'd put up. Ellen used to insist on real trees, said the smell made the house feel alive. Now I just liked something easy, something that didn't remind me too much of what I'd lost. Michael answered on the fourth ring. Hey Dad, he said, distracted. I could hear noise in the background, voices, laughter, maybe music. Hey son, I replied. I just wanted to check what time you wanted me over on Christmas Day. There was a pause. A long one. Then he cleared his throat. Actually, Dad, we weren't really expecting you this year. The words hit me harder than I expected. Oh, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. I thought, well, we always. Yeah, I know, he interrupted. It's just, Sarah's parents are coming this year. They're staying with us. It's going to be kind of crowded. Crowded? The house I paid for was suddenly too crowded for me. I understand, I said quietly. There was another awkward pause. We can do something after the holidays, he added like an afterthought. Maybe in January. Sure, I said, that sounds good. We said goodbye, he hung up quickly. I sat there holding my phone, staring at my reflection in the dark screen. Not expecting me. That night I didn't sleep. I replayed every conversation, every holiday, every sacrifice I'd made for my son, the extra shifts I worked when he was a kid, the vacations we never took because college funds mattered more, the way Ellen and I drained our savings to make sure he never struggled the way we did. And now, I was an inconvenience. The next morning, I opened my laptop and logged into my bank account. The mortgage payment was scheduled for the 24th. Christmas Eve. I stared at the number on the screen. It wasn't small, it never had been, but I'd never missed a payment, not once. My finger hovered over the mouse. I told myself I wasn't doing this out of anger. I told myself it was about boundaries. I told myself it was time my son remembered that generosity wasn't an obligation. Then I cancelled the payment. Christmas Day came and went. I made myself a simple dinner, watched an old movie Ellen loved, tried not to think about the laughter happening in that big house across town. 3 days later, my phone rang. Michael, I answered. Dad, he said, his voice tense. Did you cancel the mortgage payment? Yes, I replied calmly. What? Why would you do that? I took a deep breath, because you made it clear I'm not really part of the family celebrations anymore. That has nothing to do with the mortgage, he snapped. It has everything to do with it, I said. You don't get to treat me like a stranger while still accepting my support. Silence. Then Sarah's voice came on the line, sharp and cold. Harold, this is really immature. You're punishing us because of one misunderstanding. One misunderstanding, I repeated. Your husband told me I wasn't expected in the home I helped pay for. She scoffed. We're under a lot of stress. You could have been more understanding. I have been understanding for years, I said quietly. I just stopped being invisible. Michael sighed. So what, Dad? You're just done helping us. No, I said. I'm done being taken for granted. A week passed. Then another. No calls. No apologies. Then one evening there was a knock on my door. Michael stood there alone. He looked tired, older than his 35 years. "Can I come in?" he asked. I stepped aside. He sat down, hands clasped, staring at the floor. "I didn't realize how much that call hurt you," he said finally. "Sarah and we just assumed you'd understand." "That's the problem," I replied. "You assumed." He nodded slowly. "We've been struggling financially. We relied on that payment more than I want to admit." "I know," I said. "That's why I made it." He looked up at me. "Are you really going to stop?" I studied my son's face, the little boy who used to fall asleep on my chest, the teenager who slammed doors, the man who forgot where he came from. "I'm willing to help," I said, "but things have to change." "How?" "I want respect," I said. "I want honesty, and I want to be part of your life, not just your bank account." His eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, Dad," he whispered. I believed him. But forgiveness doesn't mean returning to the same old patterns. We worked out a new arrangement. Michael and Sarah refinanced the house. They took responsibility for their own mortgage. I helped them one last time on my terms. This Christmas, I was invited. Not because of money, but because I mattered. And this time, when my son hugged me at the door, it felt real. Sometimes the hardest lesson to teach is the value of appreciation. And sometimes the only way to be seen is to stop giving silently.